Hello everyone, my name is Constantin-Cristian DEOPALE. I'm a PhD student at the Polytechnic University of Bucharest, and today I will present to you the paper entitled Risk Assessment in Cement Industry, a multi-criterial decision for selecting the appropriate risk assessment methods. This paper was developed in collaboration with an university professor Liviu GHICULESCU from the Polytechnic University of Bucharest. Next, I will briefly present to you the content of my today's presentation. First, I will start with an introduction to the research topic, followed by the objective considered during the research and some aspects related to the research methodology that has been used. In the second part of my presentation, I will show you the result of the research, and my presentation will end with the main conclusion of the research. In order to deal with the negative effects, the risks, or the positive effects, the opportunities, the organization must ensure that risk management is considered in all decisional processes. It is generally accepted that the integration of quality, environment, occupational health and safety management system can be an important support framework for integrating risk management in the organization process and activities. Starting with the last edition of the Management System Standards, ISO 9001 for quality, ISO 13001 for environment, and ISO 45001 for occupational health and safety, a new common requirement occurred which specifies that organizations must take action to manage their risk and opportunities. In the cement industry, like in the most other complex industry, one of the main challenges is the risk management process, is identifying the most appropriate instruments to analyze risk from complex equipment, activities, process or systems. The process of selecting the most proper risk assessment method supporting the organization in reaching its objectives can sometimes be a difficult task. Some studies underline the insufficient attention that is usually paid to this stage of choosing the right risk assessment method, as many factors negatively influence the selection decision. In these circumstances, the main goal of this study is to provide arguments and recommendations based on the clear criteria to support the decisional process regarding the selection of the most adequate risk assessment method for cement industry. The other two objectives are performing a literature review to analyze the risk assessment method used in the cement industry, and establishing the main criteria on which the decisional process or choosing the risk assessment method need to be based, considering the particular aspect of the cement industry. The study also tries to provide answers to other two interesting questions. Can the overall performance of the organization from the cement industry be negatively influenced by an incorrect decision process regarding the selection of the risk assessment methods? And which are the most recommended methods that can be used for assessing risk in the cement industry? The research methodology used specific criteria for including the papers in the review process. For a formal approach of the entire review process, a structure based on the PRISMA method it was used. The relevant papers regarding the risk assessment methods used in the cement industry were searched by using keywords and Boolean operators such as and, or, and not. To increase the quality of the information obtained in the searching stage, successive screening and analysis were performed to identify the relevant papers, including by using the Vantage Point software. In total, 25 standardized risk assessment methods, which are also included in the standard 31010, were analyzed. The formula used for subsequently calculating the theoretical utility level of the method is provided also in this slide. Now, let's have a look at the results. The process of directly searching papers based on the keywords risk, cement industry, cement factory, and cement plant identified 9,257 papers, out of which 4,755 in the ScienceDirect database and 4,502 papers in the Scopus database. After many successive screening process, we selected 1,348 papers, out of which 648 were in the ScienceDirect database and 700 from the Scopus database. Regarding the paper's eligibility analysis, the output elements extracted from ScienceDirect and Scopus were important in the Vantage Point software, where the paper eligibility analysis process took place. We remark that the number of published papers increase from year to year, and most of them are published in journals dedicated to study related to the sustainable production and development process, such as Journal of Clear Production, Sustainability, or Science of the Total Environment. After the eligibility analysis was finished, we find out that only 487 papers were eligible to be finally included in the study. Next, we analyze the geographical distribution of the papers by generating a graph with the support of the Vantage Point software. Finally, by applying the formula used for calculating the theoretical utility level of the method and by using the decision matrix, we could calculate the global utility level of each risk assessment method in both scenarios from the economical point of view and the technical point of view. Now, let's have a look to the main conclusions. This study allowed a consistent literature review of the papers published in the last decades regarding the risk assessment method used in the cement industry. With the support of the decision criteria, we perform a structured analysis and hierarchization of the risk assessment methods based on two operational scenarios. The metrics provided in this paper is a helpful and flexible instrument that can be adapted to various and complex situations. In both scenarios, the hierarchization of the methods shows that the most useful risk assessment methods in the cement industry are failure modes and effects and criticality analysis, Delphi, hazard and operability studies, scenario analysis, and business impact analysis. The use of the decisional criteria in the risk management planning stage allows, among other aspects, a fair and more efficient allocation of available resources to avoid the situation where the method's application efforts are higher than possible benefits. Thank you for your attention.